Hey, it's Ollie. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am. Thank you for asking. Now, I have been working as a DP on a short film project recently. It's a 4-day shoot, and we've finished 2 of the 4 days so far. And I thought I would take you through some of the lighting setups we've done on this short film so far. It's been pretty much lit using one light, the Amaran 150c. It is a little bit clickbaity because we have used other lights here and there. I'll explain that as we kind of go along, but I just kind of wanted to show some of the setups that we've done. I'm really stoked with how this project is looking so far. I can't share too much, but stick around and I'll show you how we've been using the Amaran 150c. So here are our 3 shots that we'll look at. We've got our main shot, or our medium, on our actress. We then have our medium on our actor here, and then we've kind of got this wide of the 2 of them. So we'll start on this single actress shot. The 150c was kind of set up just here, and it was set to probably only about 20% power, and it was just absolutely just blasting straight towards these 2 guys right here. It had like a 90cm softbox with a grid on it, and that basically acted as our key light the entire time. That light didn't move. Well, it did. It shifted back and forward depending on whether or not it would be seen in shot. The ability to control it through your phone is so good, because we were able just to set it, rig it up, and then just kind of, oh, too bright, yep. And I was able to sit on camera and be looking at the monitor and not have to have someone else be turning it up or down, or me go turn it up and then come back and look. I could just sit there looking at the monitor and just be changing exposure right there and not even have to leave the setup, which was absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously that alone was not going to be enough, and you can see here on our actress here that there's a bit of a fill light there, and that was done, I think in this case, it was done with a little aperture light, or not a little aperture because it wasn't a real aperture, it's one of those fake aperture lights. Hold up, I've got one here. And they're W140 RGBs. These are just AliExpress knockoffs of the aperture MCs, and they do exactly the same thing. They just light up like that, and you can control the brightness, you can control your white balance. I don't know if that's visible on camera, but you can control white balance, brightness. They're pretty fantastic. They're not accurate at all. I have 2 of them, and their color accuracy is completely different even if you set them to the same thing. So that's one thing to note. But in terms of just getting light for 30-40 bucks, they're not a bad option. And I believe that one was set just here on a small little light stand, just like that, behind our actor there, and it was just blasting back up at her face that way. I would say probably at about 50%, and we took the color temperature from this room here as the motivating source for that light. That's why it's slightly cooler on that side of her face than it is on this side. Because all of this color temperature was matched to the room color temperature, which is about 3300 Kelvin, and I believe that this room here was 45, and then I set the camera's color temperature at about 36. I think I set it at the midpoint somewhere, and that was just so that these colors leaned warmer and these colors leaned cooler. I just liked that dual tone. Also, I wasn't able to control the color temperature of either of these rooms, so we just kind of had to go with what we had and then control the lights based on what the set was. And I think that is what happens a lot of the time in indie filmmaking. You just kind of are working with what you have, and what we had was a room that was really warm and a kitchen that was really cool. And then we can come to our male counterpart shot, which was lit exactly the same way. Again, we had the Amaran 150c just pumping light as our key light straight onto both of their faces. And again, I think in order to do this fill light here on our actor's face, we just had the aperture, or the fake aperture MC set up here, just sending light back up. And that I think is what that spill is there on the side of her hair, which we probably should have controlled looking at it in hindsight, but it is what it is. And then to finish off the 3-point lighting, we did a little bit of a hair light on our actor there. It is motivated coming from these sides. This is getting crazy. There's so many lines going on. This hair light here was always to be motivated by these lights, but actually you can see the hair light that we were using in this next shot. Hold up, I'll take us to our next shot. Wow, actually this shot in sequence happens beforehand. Yeah, you can see the hair light there. So that's what we were using. We just set one of the apertures up there, up in the sky. We had it like on a little metal bar there above the actor, and I kind of didn't mind it being in shot because I thought it kind of looked like just like you would have a light up there, maybe, you know, like it just kind of, to me it just looked like a bulb sitting up there, so it didn't bother me, to be honest. In that shot I just kind of left it there. We could have taken it down, but that was a one take shot that ended on a solo, so we had to have it there. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. That's how we lit the hair light on our actor there. I'm also realizing that if I come back to our actress, we did have a hair light on her. You can see it just sort of here on her hair, and that was again another one of those little fake apertures set up here on a little like ridge. I'll check if I have any BTS footage. If I do, it'll be playing. If I don't, then there's no BTS footage of that playing at the moment. And then we come to our wide shot, which I love the way this wide looks. We were using Leica cine lenses. I believe they're photo lenses actually, but they had been rehoused for Canon FD mount, I think, or Canon EF mount. I'm not actually entirely sure because we shot this on a Sony A7 IV, so I was using a converter the entire time anyways. But I just love the focus roll off on this lens. Just the bokeh just looks so nice, and just the out of focus parts just sit really nicely. I mean, I could have shot this at a lower f-stop. I could have shot this at a higher f-stop to keep both of them in focus, but I didn't actually mind losing our actor in this wide shot a little bit because the focus was more on her. And basically the way we lit this is exactly the same. I mean, we've got the Amaran 150c just kind of sitting here, and again it's just blasting straight onto the two of them. And then we're kind of lucky that this light through the door here was shining, although it wasn't giving actually enough light to act as a hair light on them. We used it to motivate just another one of those small little fake apertures sitting up here. And that was just shooting down at the two of them here to act as a hair light, although I don't think it reads super well anyways. It would have been nicer if they were separated a bit more from the background, but that's okay. And then we just kind of brought a few of these tea light candles as foreground elements to kind of round off the sort of vignette of the scene. That's everything I have to say for now. For one, this video wasn't sponsored, but I love the Amaran 150c, very cool light. Number two, yeah, I'm sick at the moment. That's why I sound like this. And number three, sorry, my thoughts are absolutely everywhere. I just wanted to share a little bit about this lighting setup and this little short film that we're doing at the moment. It'll come out at the end of the year. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for it. It's super cool. It's one of the nicest looking projects I've shot so far, I think. That's just been a mixture of the gear that we've been able to use. The lens set that we had for this shoot was pretty phenomenal. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Sorry if this wasn't as insightful as you were hoping it would be, but it is what it is. See ya.